Hello, everyone.
Welcome to another, episode where we are continuing building our blog and video and content. I would say it's a little bit slow, but we try to make some progress. So this is our sprint one. Last time when we went over it, we were in the planning phase, and the point of this is to just try to build some consistency, which we are still, I would say, struggling with. So in this, we usually go over what we were trying to do in our current sprint, demo our progress, and then talk about next steps for our next sprint. Just as a reminder, we only have 4 sprints. We're keeping it simple. It's going to end before Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday. So this is our sprint 1. And I would say we're already missing some key points, some deadlines. But yeah, so we would usually do this final demo, we call, and then we would release our content tomorrow. So this is the status. I did start the Paris travel blog. I'm not completely done with it, but I think I'm going to release it anyways and kind of I'll put in kind of the cost. We took a Paris trip back in February of this year before the Summer Olympics. So we got to see some of the setup.
It was nice.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of construction.
Yeah.
And it was chilly, but it was a nice time. We did over 4-day weekend. We'll go over that later as well. We also took a trip to Galveston near the Texas coast. Not the prettiest beach, but we also shared some stories on our channel on that. But we haven't really posted any. I don't think I put any reels or anything out there. Ethan's still working a spring break video. The boys are back in school, and then Paul was supposed to work on content schedule, and he did not get to that. And keep in mind that he is working full time and being an awesome husband and parent. So
breadwinner here.
Okay. But yeah, so the travel vlog works like this. And I thought I'd do a little bit differently today and kind of talk about how we take these trips over. We really try not to miss any school and miss minimal amount of work. So here I kind of laid out how we form out the trip.
For each day.
So typically we will fly after. So this is a 4-day weekend. The boys
are off.
The kids were off. We were also off. It was a bank holiday.
Yeah.
So that Monday was off. So we took Friday off.
Yep.
But the boys had Friday and Monday off. They had a long weekend, and we had found flights that were red eye direct to Paris. So, and for a pretty affordable price, and I'm still kind of accumulate the cost and calculate that. You'll see that in the blog. But direct flight, round trip, red eye going there and then coming back at a reasonable time. So we're like, let's seize the opportunity and go, right? Yep. So we took the red eye, and this is probably Thursday night. Yes, Thursday evening. And we're there Friday, Monday off. So we land in Paris pretty much at 8 a.m. day 1 on Friday.
Yeah, Friday morning.
Yeah, so it works out really well.
Yeah, we had to go through customs, of course, as usual. It actually took pretty long because we were in the family custom line, and they had the automation for adults. Everybody except our youngest was not allowed to go through that custom line. So we had to go through the family line, and they just had one officer trying to process everybody. And it was very slow.
And there was a lot of families. Actually.
Yeah, there was a lot of families going there. I guess they like the idea of what, red eye. It works out. So
yeah, or there were some deals that I think we bought it the year before, probably fourth quarter.
Yeah,
probably.
We always find those deals, especially international. You try to find those deals early on.
Yeah,
and try to book it when you can get that deal. I think a lot of people find these cheap international deals, but sometimes the dates are or the timing is not good. I mean, this is red eye, but I mean, it seemed to work out for us.
It's good. I mean, in terms of maximizing time.
Yeah.
And then the boys you can kind of see them in the background. They're prepared and they're used to that, to pack all their things. So yes, custom was long. There was a joke that, that's very Parisian, like just very French, to kind of take their time and kind of leisure. Mm-hmm. And us Americans are kind of impatient. So, but regardless, we went through and
we got there.
Yeah. And our plan was to go straight. We had 1 night booked at Disneyland Resort, Paris. Yeah. So that was our first stop. And we had wanted to take the bullet. There was some kind of speed train.
Yeah, there's a speed train to Disneyland, but I think you were concerned that we wouldn't make it. We had to figure things out, and of course, we didn't understand all the language, and
Yes.
it wasn't very clear exactly how to get there. So we ended up just taking a Grab. We just
Uber, right?
Uber, was it Uber?
I thought it was Uber. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we just directly went there and
Yeah.
they took us. I don't, again, I have to go back and look at the
No,
cost.
they had their own system. I don't think it was Uber.
I think it was Uber.
Okay.
It's in the blog. I'm pretty sure it was Uber. So,
but we got there like right at lunchtime. So
no, before.
it was like 10:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just think about it. You land at 8. You still had to go through customs. It took a while, and it's
Yeah.
about almost was it an hour, or is it like it was short? No, it was an hour.
It's outside of Paris. So
Yeah.
Disneyland Paris is outside of it. So the speed train would have been a good option. But I also read that because of strikes and things like that, it's best not to buy the tickets ahead of time. Normally, I like to pre-buy and pre-plan most of my tickets just because it minimizes that stress when we're there and just makes it smoother. But this is one of the ones that they say don't do that until you show up and see what's
Yeah.
available
Yeah, but
because
it's still
the schedule is
it was very
inconsistent.
confusing just to look at the schedule and trying to figure it out.
Yeah, so it's not as clear as we
Yeah.
thought it would be.
It wasn't too bad. The driver was nice. And
No,
drove-
the Uber was
Yeah.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
Uber was fine. Got us directly there. We went into Disney Resort. We checked in, got our tickets, and we headed to the park.
Yeah.
We did explore a McDonald's there because we always
Yeah.
love to look
Other
at
country McDonald's.
international
Yeah.
McDonald's. I mean, I think and Paul doesn't drink coffee, but their coffee was really good.
Oh yeah.
That and plus
Wow.
red eye.
I think French people drink coffee very well.
Yeah. So they had a McCafe and had a
Yeah.
lot of nice, again, in the blog, there's pictures, or on our channel, there's some pictures. So we spent the day pretty much at Disneyland. We did have to go back and take a nap once our room was ready because we were exhausted
Yeah.
from the red eye. We just did not sleep that well. And then after our nap, we also discovered we did not bring a converter.
No, it was fine in Disneyland. I think it's when we got to the Airbnb I was missing it.
Yeah, but we had a USB. It was just it was
USB
limited
was-
USB.
yeah,
it was
very
charged.
limited,
Yeah. So we got to charge our phones during the nap, and then we went back. And the highlight, I would say, after going to, because we've been to Disney World, of course, Disneyland in California. We also went to Disneyland in Hong Kong. I would say I actually really like the Paris one.
Yeah.
It's just the environment, the surrounding was gorgeous. The resort area had a beautiful lake, and it was kind of isolated.
It wasn't like busy. I didn't feel like the rush. Like every ride, like I think I did a lot of the rides on that day before. Because the next day we did rides too, but it's like I think I captured everything I wanted to capture.
Yeah, we went
So-
to. Yeah, I think we were lucky that Friday. It was raining,
Yeah.
so that Friday evening, after
It
our
was
nap,
like
we went back.
drizzling. It wasn't that bad. So
Yeah, it was drizzling.
Yeah.
So then we went and we did get to catch a lot of the rides. And then my favorite part is probably the drone show.
oh yeah, that's our day one right there. You see it.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
It was nothing like we've ever seen. So
Yeah.
we've been to Disney World, like I said, in the last couple of years, quite a few times.
Yeah,
And
the night shows is different, but having the drone one,
It
and they're
was-
finally bringing it over to
Disney
Walt Disney.
Springs. Well, we haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard it's there already, right? It's already kickstarted.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Paris said it was.
Yeah.
But yes, it was amazing. The drone show, it was just in awe. I just hadn't seen anything like that. And then afterwards, they had their fireworks, entertainment, and everything. And that was also really cool because their castle is kind of on a hill.
Yeah,
So it's kind of risen. So
and
it's
there's
easier to see.
water.
Oh,
around
yeah.
there.
And they have
So
water.
it was a light show with water.
Yes,
on
they had
it,
laser, water, fireworks, and fire.
Yeah.
So, I mean, probably one of the best shows,
Yeah.
like even just very different, and it was just, we were amazed.
Yeah.
So I would say definitely one of my favorite of all the Disney. Now we haven't been to Shanghai and we haven't been to Tokyo.
Yeah.
So we'll see, once we make those trips, we'll see, but definitely Disneyland Paris, our favorite.
Yep.
So then we stayed there overnight. We stayed at the Disney Marvel Hotel. So it was all Marvel themed, very modern, very clean. Their TV was built into the mirror. Again, we have videos in that posted.
Yeah.
And a room tour if you'd like
Yeah.
to see that.
And this is kind of like Disneyland in California. All their hotel is like walking distance to the park.
Oh
So,
yeah, so that was nice.
Yeah, it was nice. And they had several hotels. So if you stayed at any of the hotels, you just walk through security and you just walk through. I think they're small. It's like downtown Disney, but it's like
It's
a small
Disney
shopping.
Village.
Oh, Village.
Yes, it's in the McDonald's is in Disney Village. So
Yeah.
we crossed through the Disney Village before getting to the park.
Yeah.
We wanted to tour because in January of this year, they had finished remodeling the Disneyland Hotel, which is right in front of Disneyland Paris, like literally different. Their hotel is right in front, and we wanted. And people say you have to get like a ticket to tour because there are so many people, but supposedly it's really like royal themed. We didn't choose to stay there because it was really expensive, and then also I have boys, so we have boys, so they're not gonna be the princess theme, so their rooms are princess themed. But yeah, check it out if you haven't. That is very. It was just lovely.
It was pretty grand because you walk through the. It's like before you even walk through the park, you're walking under the hotel, and you see it's really big.
It's pretty, It's just a very convenient location. So next day we went back and we catched the rides. Their shows were really good. We watched the Lion King show. We watched another, was it Pixar? Or something like that. It was another. Their shows are really good. And there's actually 2 parks in Disneyland Paris. There's a Walt Disney Studios and there's a Disneyland Paris. So the tickets that we got, the package includes both parks going back and forth. And I would say you can probably do it in one day. It's not like huge, but they were still constructing. I don't know if they were trying to finish construction for the Olympics, but there was still a bit of construction, especially in Walt Disney Studios. So Walt Disney Studios is like their Hollywood, so they have a lot of shows and things like that. And their rides in Paris their version of the rides are much more thriller, right? So instead of Space Mountain, they have Hyperspace Mountain or something.
Hyperspace Mountain, but
they go upside down.
But it felt like if you ever rode the wait, no, it wasn't that one. Hyperspace Mountain. No, it seems like they're pushing more. No, there was another one. I think Avenger. That was like the rock and roll roller coaster.
Did we ride it?
I rode it.
Oh, you rode it.
Yeah,
okay.
The Adventure Campus one. That was like.
Oh, you rode it by yourself.
Yeah, I rode by myself.
Because nobody would ride with you. Yes.
Yeah, and it was and they had single rider line, so of course that I was able to jump on a lot of those rides. Even the haunted. They had a different haunted mansion. Or not haunted mansion.
Haunted Manor.
Haunted Manor, which is similar to the Tower of Terror. In the tower, but it had a different, like a ghost of a little girl, which was kind of cool, which is different than.
No, you did ride Tower of Terror. That's a little girl.
No, I did ride that one.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying I rode that one. It's different than what's in.
Sorry. Haunted Manor is equivalent to the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
So in the blog, I list out all the rides that we did and try to link to it as well. Yeah. So no, it was a lot of fun. It was really nice. And then so the second day, we finished off. We probably didn't leave around 5 or 6. We Ubered back in. So we had an Uber into Paris city center, and we had a Airbnb close to the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So little do we know, this is on Saturday, but there was traffic, and whoever picked up our ride did not realize how much traffic there was.
Yeah.
So for the price that we paid, it was
pretty cheap because I think it was cheaper going
into town, but it was like, it took over an hour because there was so much traffic, and we're not exactly sure why. We're not familiar, but we made it in there, and they are, I would say, aggressive drivers in Paris. So I got car sick. But that night we had pre-bought tickets to the Eiffel Tower, which is recommended because the line is long, but I'm glad we went at night because the line wasn't that bad. I read online the blogs that there were, going to go there early and everything, but everything was quite smooth at night, and we caught the light show. In front of it, we couldn't walk because they were prepping for the Olympics. Because that's where they play beach volleyball, right?
Beach volleyball, which is a nice scene for the Olympics, but they were still constructed. We didn't see.
Yeah, it was all gated and fenced off.
Yeah, it was all gated, but the arena wasn't even there yet. So I think they were still building it. So.
Yeah, so we did the Eiffel Tower at night. So that's a good, if you're organizing, especially because we are big Disney fans. So of course we went to Disneyland first. So, but we still want to see the iconic, the tourist traps or whatever in Paris, right? So we got the Eiffel Tower knocked out, and we went back into the Airbnb, and we stayed there one night. And then really the third day was just a day in Paris. We try to knock out as much things, the key tourist attractions, as we could. I think we started the day off at Saint Chapelle. There will be videos of that as well. That's the church.
Church, but the next to it was the prison where Mary King, was it Queen Mary got beheaded, or Or
there was
she
something
got in
next
prison?
door. We got the
Yeah.
combo ticket that we get to go into.
Yeah.
It was pretty inside though.
Yeah, church was nice.
Stained glass.
Yeah, everything was made with stained glass, but you had to be quiet. I remember it's like there was like people walking in. Once the crowd gets in, people are talking. There's like the people in there say shh, and it's like it's
Yeah.
like everybody starts quieting down.
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to talk in the church.
Not too loud. And again, there were also construction around there too.
Yeah,
Basically,
that's
everywhere
right.
we went, there was construction. We imagine it was just prepping for the Olympics. So, so we went there, and then after we headed to we walked down. What is that? Along the river, right?
Yeah, the river.
Yeah, the river that runs through Paris, and we went to the Louvre.
Yep, we were meeting up.
Oh, went shopping. We went down some street. We went to Uniqlo and bought some clothes.
Oh yeah. Well, it was between the church and we saw it, and it was like, oh hey, Uniqlo.
Yes.
So we went shopping and we saw some discount.
And we're holding because I think we're too early. We had pre-bought tickets to the Louvre at a certain time. It was time ticketed. Again, that had a line, even though it was raining that day. It was drizzling. So yes, and I met up my coworker there, which is awesome. She came from Manchester, England, and she took a day trip from there to meet us up at the Louvre and spent the day and then flew back that night. Yeah. So we went to the Louvre, got to see the Mona Lisa, a lot smaller than it was. It was for my son and I, it was a bit much. We, like I said, we said this is, we are highly sensitive. It's just the amount of crowd that pushes you into it with lots of areas.
If you look, because I pre-planned this, like looking at how people have been going, there used to be a line, like people just go by and just jump in the line and you just take pictures, like it goes one person at a person. But the way they set up when we went was like they create two barriers towards the Mona Lisa, and there's just a crowd of people going up to the front, and they start taking pictures. But that crowd that goes up to the front was like congested, like, and it took about like at least 30 to maybe an hour. I don't know how.
We had to leave. So myself and my older son, we couldn't. That was just too. We're like shoulder to shoulder. You're like in the crowd, and it was just too much for us. So but you and Ethan continued, and you wanted to see up close.
Yeah, up close. We took pictures up close, and I mean, it was just creeping. We were just creeping little by little. And I took a video of how crowded everybody's behind me. So it's interesting how they did it this time versus what I saw online. So, but it was, for people who can't handle like congestion with people.
Sensitive. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's okay. We got to, when we walked out on the side around it, we got to see it on the side. Without the crowd, so it wasn't bad.
And we spent the day there just walking around.
We didn't spend the whole day there. We just spent around an hour or two, and then we actually had lunch there.
Lunch there, which I was trying to get to. It's like the lunch is a restaurant, and it was actually very good. It was
you
like
the food?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how
much of it, honestly.
No, but the quality. You talking about museum food?
Oh yeah, museum.
And it was like, and it was the server. They served us, and it's like very
nice. Their chocolate, we didn't get used to they're known for their hot chocolate.
Yeah.
So we ordered one, but it was really rich and thick. I guess similar to their coffee, but the really rich chocolate was hard. It's like drinking a sauce almost.
Yeah.
Than like what we're used to in American hot chocolate.
Yeah.
So it was just thick. So it was really, really rich. At least we got to try it, and it was the experience was really nice. It was gorgeous. We had a nice meal there because afterwards we're heading down kind of that Champs, and I'm gonna butcher it. Elysee. We're out. Walk out of the Louvre. We walk into the area in front. There's like a garden, and then we walk down the shopping street.
Yeah. I thought it was it's a shepherd.
Champs-Élysées or something like that. I can't say it right.
I don't know. It's basically the big street that has all the shopping.
That's it, luxury shopping.
Yeah, the LV and then the
Dior, all the big brand names.
Gucci,
but before that, outside there was fountain. Remember when we walked out?
Yeah, it was before we even got to the street, but there was a setup where I think that's where they set up the archery. Or the basketball, I'm not sure.
That was set up. It was not congesting anymore.
Yeah, they
had rings up somewhere, I think.
They had the basketball court already set up.
Oh, yeah, they did.
So it was kind of cool seeing that set up. And you see all the signs for the Olympics. We took pictures of that too.
Yeah. And so we went down. And then so we continued and we walked all the way to Arc de Triomphe. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it right because I didn't learn French. I learned Spanish. So, and you see the picture here. we did not research it. I again pre-bought the tickets. Didn't know it's like a swirly staircase all the way up to get up
inside.
So didn't know that, but probably better that we didn't, because we told the boys they were already tired walking down that shopping street, and they were like, I'm tired.
It was over a mile walk just from that area, the fountain to the art.
Oh yeah, it was long.
Yeah, it's a long walk.
Yes, a very long walk. It's a very big street. So we got there, we walked away. It was a beautiful view. It was a bit cloudy, so we didn't get to. I think we're trying to time it around. I was trying to time it around sunset, but it was so cloudy you couldn't really see the sunset.
But it's a great view on top. It's the center circle, and every direction you have all the streets coming in.
Yeah,
and it's a great picture just looking at it. So and you get a picture of the Eiffel Tower there as well.
Oh yeah,
so it was nice.
Yeah, we'll post some pictures of that as well. So then after that, I don't lie, the boys were pretty tired, but since we were on that street, I had to stop by some luxury shop. So we went to Dior, which was right as we were walking down back, and just bought some stuff for myself. Just because I've known the people, a lot of my girlfriends will say that that's the, if you're in Paris, it's just a lot cheaper, especially with the VAT refund and the pricing, because it's there.
Local.
Yeah, I try to shop as fast as I can. I got a couple pair of earrings and maybe just a little like a belt bag. So it was really cute. And then the next day we slept, we packed up the next day and we head to the airport. Now the airport still has shopping. So I did some shopping there.
Yes, you did.
Because over there it's easier. There's the tax is already taken out once you pass through security. At least once we passed through, there was an LV there. So I didn't get to go on during the big one on the shop I can't say it, Champs-Élysées, on that street. So I did some shopping at the airport as well and did some souvenirs. And then we boarded to a direct flight, much nicer, I would say.
Yep.
And that is our 4-day weekend. I would say we saw a lot of the things we wanted to see.
We were able to cram everything in if you wanted to see everything.
Oh, everything that we wanted to see. Yeah.
Disney and then all the tourist sets.
Yeah, I know there's more to see in Paris. Like I would have liked to see which is further out. Is it a Palais de Versailles or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, Versailles.
Oh, we did get to see the Moulin Rouge.
Oh, yeah, we did. Oh, yeah, that night. Yes, we left the boys in the Airbnb. And the night before, we got the last showing, I think, at 9:20 p.m.
It was on day 2, right? It was day 2.
No, day 3. It was that night. Yeah, right before packing. So we had to get back and pack. But we fed the boys, and then we left them. They relaxed. They went to bed, and we went to watch the Moulin Rouge. Yeah. So that was also recommended. So we packed a lot in basically one day in Paris, and then plus that evening the night before. And plus we also wanted to see Disney in Paris, especially for the boys.
Yeah.
So I would say a pretty successful trip. There isn't much. I also got to do some shopping. So basically the key points of Paris we did get to see and enjoy. And so the other thing that happened this past couple weeks in the spring, it was my 40th birthday. So we took a weekend trip to Galveston, Crystal Beach. So just to kind of lay it out how we do it, just for a short weekend trip. This is a drive away, although it's still 2 hours. We do the same pattern the first night. So after work, after school, we usually commute. So this time, no need to drive, but no need to fly. We drove, and we actually took the ferry right at sunset. So this picture that we have here is taken when we get to drive the car onto the ferry, and we get out of the car as it's kind of crossing into the
other peninsula.
Okay, the other peninsula. So from Galveston Island.
Yep.
Okay. Galveston Island. So this is a picture of it. So that's nice. And then we had a bunch of friends over. Thank you for coming out. Really, really enjoyed it. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. They were great friends helping out and everything. But I think the kids had a lot of fun.
Wait, before I jump here, let me go to. I forgot. There is a video of like the day in Paris that I have. Oh. Sorry. He knows everything. So sorry, going back, I meant to show that. So that was just the day 3, basically summarized. Day
all
3.
crammed up.
Yeah, all crammed. You'll see kind of, the chocolate we talked about, everything. So I believe that's already out there on YouTube and our Instagram channel. So sorry, back to here. So then Saturday we spent the day. How many families? 6 families, 6 or 7? 5 families. Sorry, 5 families that stayed. So we rented a beach house. Brand new. I think they just finished
this year.
Yeah, and it was really nice. Yeah. And it fitted. Basically, had 6 bedrooms, 5.
6 bedroom.
Each with its own bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's 6.5 bathrooms.
Yes.
So which was nice, and then I think those 4 king size bedrooms. So the 4 rooms had king size bed. 2 rooms had 2 bunk beds, double. So you had 4 beds in total in both of the rooms, but one room had twin, the other room had queen size. So the queen, we stuffed all the kids in it, and they shared beds like siblings share with each other. And then of course, then we all split, the rooms up, just a sleeping arrangement.
Yeah, I actually have a wardrobe here. Yes. So yeah, I think we had a lot of fun. A lot of friends came, cake, everything. So we even had hot pot there. Everybody it all came together really well. So I will probably create that vlog sometime later. And then at least you'll see kind of the pictures and everything through our channel. And then Sunday we packed up, took some pictures, returned home back on the ferry. Now this time not as smooth because we waited an hour and a half for this ferry.
Yeah.
And we were all pretty tired by then. Yeah. Just the wait.
Annoyed a little bit. Yeah. I think one thing we didn't realize that there's actually a separate medical line. I think some people were abusing the medical line. So the people who were waiting in line just had to wait a lot longer just to get on the boat. So
yeah. But either way, it was still experience. It was pretty nice, but it was warm. It was hot. Yeah. It was hot, but it was fun. It was nice and something we've never done before. Yeah. So
we did catch some jellyfish pictures.
Oh yeah.
There's a bunch of jellyfish. I think there was a low tide when we woke up on Saturday morning to go to the beach. I think it was a low tide, and eventually the high tide picked it back up. But there's a lot of jellyfish in the water. It was actually on the news. So I think the hurricane came by. Is it Francis?
Yeah, Francis.
Yeah, that came by that pushed a lot of these jellyfishes through. So that we in Galveston had a lot of jellyfish in there.
Yes. But yeah, so that was what we did in the past couple of weeks. So next steps, Paul will hopefully give us a content schedule. I will try to I'll create another travel blog, post, or video. Eris is still getting used to high school. Now he's getting to organizations and things like that. And Nathan says he will still work on the spring break video, although I might have to assign him something else if he doesn't. So, we're chugging along. We're still trying to get used to it, creating content, at least this way, even though we're not putting it as frequent. This actually gives us every 2 weeks something that we're putting out there.
Yep.
Just because this is even though there's some preparation to set this all up, it's something that we're able to commit to do. Other times it's easy to be distracted. Even if I'm creating that travel blog post, it's just a lot of pictures to go through, and then documenting takes a lot longer. We're gonna have to figure out a more efficient way of doing it, either by speaking about our trip like we just did and transcribing it, but we're still playing around with that content creation process.
Figure our process out. I think maybe we can show more of our content here to at least give some, I guess, speaking to our pictures a little bit more. So because I think the older ones is going to be harder to remember. I'm in Paris, what she saw about.
Well, I guess because I was writing the blog, so I was looking through all the pictures, and I remember.
So I don't remember it, so she remembers it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good that we get some type of process or routine where we can actually
we leverage Gen AI to do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm really playing around with that now, and especially with the video, it is pretty amazing. It will, I can YouTube will transcribe this. I'll do a little bit of cleanup, paste it into either Gemini or ChatGPT, and then have it help me create a kind of a outline of what I can post, and it makes the process a lot faster. Yeah. So I think the blogging is something we need to do. Either us talk about it and transcribe it and follow that same process. But anyways, we're playing around with that. We're trying to create a bit more efficiency so we can build it into a routine, because we do like, we do travel quite a bit, and we don't mind sharing, again, just how we did it and what the cost is. So
yeah. And if you have any questions about what we did, and just reach out to us, post a message. Yeah. We'll try to reach back out to everyone.
Yeah. And so I think that's all we have on the content. So thank you. Definitely. If you have questions, comments, you post. So we'll just keep chugging along. I know it's not driving a lot of audience or anything like that, probably because we're not posting as frequently as recommended. But, we're just kind of doing our own pace. Yeah. Doing our own pace and continuing that.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the important part, that we're still trying. So thank you very much. And we'll